Hello, my name is Beatriz. I'm from Brazil. So I met Samayapura meditation in 2012. And at the time, I was dealing with depression for many years. And I was taking medicine for many years. And once I started meditating and getting in touch with my true essence and my inner self, I, within time, was able to slowly quit those medications. So Samayapura meditation helped me a lot. It's a very simple technique. You just need a few minutes each day to connect with your own self, and with that you will discover the truth that everything is inside you. It's a very beautiful technique, and I'm very happy to see it spreading all around the world.
Hi, my name is Caterina. I'm from Peru, South America, and I met Samayapura meditation like 8 years ago. I think the most important thing that I understand and that I experience is the connection with this powerful energy that everyone has inside, that connection with our soul. And as a woman, I can also tell that I feel that this kind of meditation also encourages us and make us understand a lot of things about us as women. And also we can not only fit in this world, but also share and give this power, this beautiful energy that we all have. With this meditation, you will find you. You will get a connection within. You will feel it. I can tell you. I have a lot of spiritual experience since I met this so beautiful and powerful meditation. So.
Hello, my name is Kate, and I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I have been practicing Samayapura meditation since 2005 after looking many years for a spiritual path. I had tried other forms of meditation but found I just didn't stick with them. This meditation is very simple and easy to do, and therefore I find I can do it every day. One of the things that I love about this meditation is that there are no rules, there's no do's, there's no don'ts. Once you connect to your soul, you know what's right for you and what's not right for you. I have found since practicing Samayapura meditation, there have been many subtle but profound changes in my life. I feel very satisfied in my life, and I feel I have a purpose and a meaning in life. I also love about this meditation is that it is open to everyone. Everybody is welcome, and there's no discrimination based on gender, religion, or what your background is. The other thing is that it's practiced worldwide. People from all over the world get together online or in person, and we get to become friends. It is just such a wonderful collectivity of positive souls. Samarpan meditation can't really be explained. It's something that you need to experience for yourself.
Hi everyone. Thank you everyone for joining this workshop, Living in Harmony with Himalayan Meditation. We will start the workshop very shortly. Until then, please, if you can rename your Zoom ID with the example shown on the screen, including your country and your name. And as well, you can also type in the chat that where are you from? So it will help us to get started. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all of you, and welcome to Living with Harmony with Himalayan Meditation Workshop. We'll begin our workshop shortly, and it gives us immense happiness to note that we have participants joining live and in person from more than 14 countries right now. So like while we wait, please rename yourself with your country. Please feel free to type what country you are from in the chat. And let's continue using the chat for reactions, for any questions that we have that we'll definitely work towards the end. All right. So hope you're all excited. Let us get this workshop started.
Greetings, everyone. On behalf of Gurutattva and global Samarpan family, I would like to invite all of you to our today's introduction session for Himalayan Samarpan meditation, Living in Harmony. I am very excited about it. I have been practicing this for last more than 20 years. And the people who are going to introduce this to all of you are also practicing this for 5 to 20 years. We have already heard the testimonies of some people, and we are going to learn more about it. So this workshop is going to open a new door, not outside, but inside your heart, inside your mind, and bringing it close to your own soul. I welcome Vishal Desai from Chicago, who has been practicing meditation from his early student days in Mumbai, India. I welcome Shilpa and Rahul Abhyankar from Los Angeles area in California, USA. They have been practicing meditation also from more than 5 years. And you are going to learn so many interesting stuff. But more important than that is you are going to connect with yourself. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello, I'm Shilpa from Southern California, USA. I used to work in high tech, and about 15 years back, I transitioned into holistic health practices. I'm excited to be one of your hosts. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. We have a lot of good information to share. So now let us take a nice deep breath in, be in the present as we begin the session. Today, we will understand why meditation is important in current times. What is Himalayan Samarpan meditation? We will actually learn how to practice it today, and we will get to hear about other people's experience. We will also share about a free immersion program that will provide support for meditating beyond today. We are happy to answer any related questions that you may have, so feel free to type them in the chat box as they come to your mind. We will curate them and respond at the end. Now, we live in a fast-paced world. All of us are trying our best to juggle the demands of our family and career, take care of our loved ones, maintain good health, and manage our social lives. This is not easy, and it feels like we are continuously running on a treadmill of life. Some situations and people can be difficult and are outside our control. Macro events like global pandemic or a war in a country create even more challenges for us. As a result, life becomes stressful, and this is true for a young adult to an old age person. So how do we cope up, avoid getting overwhelmed, and stay balanced? Well, when things become too much and we are overwhelmed, we find ways to escape, to relax by taking vacations, going to scenic places. All of these are outward activities. They make us feel relaxed, but it is temporary. When we are back in our current environment, the stress returns, as if since nothing has fundamentally changed. Now, it is not possible for us to escape all the time. In fact, during pandemic, we couldn't do any of these things. So, can we find peace and calm all the time, wherever we are, no matter what is happening around? The answer to that is yes. And the good news is that it lies within us. The reason why we feel good when we are in nature is because there is abundance of universal energy that we experience. Now, this energy is also within each one of us. Once we connect with it, we can continue to feel good and peaceful. And instead of seeking solutions outside, by going inward, we can be in harmony with ourselves and the world. So, how do we go inward? Well, the science of yoga explains this very nicely. The field of yoga is very broad. It is not really just a way of working out, but in fact a way of working in. Thus, it is not limited to the asanas or poses or breathing exercises. They help us prepare our body, feel healthier, but they also help us prepare for meditation, which is an integral and one of the most important aspects of the practice of yoga. As we meditate, we go within and connect deeply with our 5 inner dimensions. First, we become even more better aware of our physical body, our sensations, even our pain. Second, we are able to experience the physiological energy that flows within. We will touch on this a bit more later, like we'll talk about the chakra, aura, and energy centers and so on. Third, we are able to tune into our mind, our emotions, and begin to transform them over time. Fourth, we are able to build true wisdom and intuitive intelligence. And finally, we are able to connect with our inner being, the soul, which is eternal and full of bliss. Now, these 5 dimensions are all interrelated. When they are in disharmony, we experience disease or dissatisfaction. We know now how mental stress is an underlying cause of majority of doctor visits. Hence the commonly heard phrase, mind over matter. Well, meditation helps in calming the restless mind, which is the root cause of so many problems. It helps in aligning the inner dimensions, and that's why it brings us many benefits in our overall life. So, this power of meditation is now being widely researched in modern science. There is data on several benefits, like how it physically improves health, emotionally reduces stress, helps improve sleep, brings balance, improves productivity and satisfaction. And actually, in current times, the key success is going to be on creativity, innovation, and managing emotions. That is why many companies nowadays, including companies like Google, have employee programs for meditation. So, thus, meditation ultimately promotes peace, harmony, and true happiness. So, no matter what we are seeking in life, we can benefit from meditation. Therefore, meditation should no longer be an optional activity, but an integral part of our daily routine. Just like we need to take time to cleanse and nourish our physical body, we also need to care for our mind, which is so important in every decision that we make for our well being. And even if life is busy, this can be a priority and actually should be a priority. As we know, several celebrities and famous professionals are also finding a way to incorporate and benefit for meditation. So can we. And therefore, if they in their busy lives can do it, so can we. Now, this brings us to the next question. There are so many meditation practices out there. Which one? Well, the best way is to just start exploring and experimenting. Have you tried any meditation practices? If so, please share it in the chat box. Over the last 15 years, I have explored quite a few meditation practices like Art of Living, Vipassana. I've also taught mindfulness, and all of these have helped me positively. Since 2018, I started practicing Himalayan Samarpan meditation, and it has really changed my life. Both me and my husband now make it our daily practice. So therefore, I would like to invite him next to share some key aspects that have helped us.
My name is Rahul Abhyankar. I live near Los Angeles in California, USA, and I work in management in high tech. Over the last 12 years, Shilpa and I have explored different meditation practices as well as mindfulness techniques. To be honest, I can't say that I practiced them regularly. Shilpa introduced me to Himalayan Samarpan meditation. She had been practicing before me, and I thought it will be yet another meditation practice that I would not be able to keep up or have the time for. So I was not quite ready to get into it. But today, I would like to share 4 aspects of Samarpan meditation that I found very appealing and helpful to me. First, Samarpan is simple. I found the practice itself very simple to adopt and incorporate in my daily life. You will also experience it soon. It is very accessible. I did not have to take time off from work or go on a retreat or be away from my family for several days to learn it. It is taught for free all over the world. Nowadays, mindfulness courses and meditation retreats are big business. So learning meditation for free was surprising. Himalayan Samarpan meditation has this noble principle that every person should have access to this knowledge. Third, you don't have to change your lifestyle at all. You don't have to give up anything. You don't have to change your food or diet. And you don't have to question your faith. There are no rules, rituals, no exercises. So truly anyone, regardless of age, gender, religion, race, whether you are vegetarian or non-vegetarian, you can practice it without any conflicts. And I like the fact that I did not have to stop anything. I only had to add meditation to my daily routine. Now, there is a deeper reason to this. Rules and regulations are superficial and they feel imposed. They don't bring real change. The real change comes from within. So let's understand that. The Himalayan Samarpan meditation is based at the level of the soul, our inner being. We refer to it as our inner voice, our inner spirit. It is eternal and universal, and it is the true essence of who we are. Now, our day-to-day life, we live at the level of our body and mind. This is where all the pain, and problems reside. The mind is emotional, restless, it is reactive, indulgent, and it dictates the actions of our body. When we practice Himalayan Samarpan meditation, we become aware that we are a soul. Slowly, our soul consciousness increases, and the soul starts to guide our actions. Our ego starts to dissolve. We see others around us in a different way, and we see ourselves in a different light. We feel more peace, feel more love. We experience compassion for others and for ourselves. And that's how we start to change from within. And when any change comes from within, that's when it becomes more lasting. Over the year, I lost weight. My food habits used to be terrible. I used to get tempted by food, extra helpings of sweets. All of this reduced drastically. It was not overnight, but it happened slowly. But it did. And the concept that I am a soul and not only my body, that I'm connecting with my soul, that was a very powerful concept for me. And that gave me a completely different perspective that I did not have before. Let's look at the next aspect. Before Samarpan meditation, my meditation practice was very irregular. And I used to get the feeling that I'm standing at the ground floor of a tall, high-rise building, and somehow I have to try and make it up the stairs, one heavy step at a time. It felt laborious, frankly, and like I'm never going to reach the top. In contrast, with Himalayan Samarpan meditation, it feels like somebody has taken me to an elevator to go up to the top of the building. And even when I was meditating by myself, I never felt alone, as if there was some positive energy that was supporting me. And later, we were also introduced to the power of collectivity, being part of a group of practitioners. This provided even more support and strength. Now, if any of you are into running, you will actually relate to this. If you are training for, say, a marathon all by yourself, running alone, that feels hard, that feels long, like you must grind through it 1 mile at a time. But when you train with a group and you run with your friends, it doesn't feel that heavy. You feel supported, you support each other. It's just like that. And as a result, staying with the practice and continuing it was easier for me. And last but not the least, the Samarpan mission. The Himalayan Samarpan mission resonated with me. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It means the world is one family. If we want the world to be a peaceful place, then we must start with ourselves. We must change from within. And I could experience this change within myself. One person at a time, we can make the world a better place. Nowadays, there is a lot of focus on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion in many companies. Now, we can truly do this better if we can relate to each other as pure souls and go beyond our appearances, gender, religion, race, nationality, or even lifestyle preferences. Our concepts of identity, who we are, who others are, our identity and ego truly get transformed with this outlook, and in a very positive way. We embrace humanity in a true sense, and you will meet many people who connect with this mission of global harmony through inner peace, and you will hear from a couple of them today. Now, I'd like to invite Vishal Desai, who has been a practitioner for over 20 years, to share the history and show us how to practice it.
I am very happy to share more about this ancient meditation path that I truly feel I have been blessed to be on since my undergraduation days. I'm just one amongst you all. My wife is also a practitioner on this path, and we live with our 2 little boys in a suburb of Chicago. Now, when we are on the bank of a river and we want to drink water, we want to know where the water has come from and if it is good to drink. With that same spirit, we will now talk about the history of Himalayan Samarpan meditation to better understand the entire flow of this consciousness. Himalayan Samarpan meditation is a very ancient 800 years old practice which has been nurtured by yogis in the Himalayas. It is neither a technique nor a method of meditation. It is a path of spiritual values, often called as Samarpan Sanskaras, which the yogis have developed through their deep spiritual practice in the Himalayas. They realized that the common people would need this practice in their day-to-day life very soon. But neither could they come down to the society, nor could everybody go to the Himalayas. Therefore, they were looking for a medium to spread this practice in the society. On the other hand, Shivkrupanand Swamiji was a common householder like many of us. He was married and working as a successful marketing manager. Although Swamiji was living a normal life, he was always genuinely in search of the divine truth, Paramatma, God, whatever you call it. So the yogis chose Swamiji as the medium who will be accepted by the society. Swamiji then went from one guru to another in the Himalayas, and after many years of deep spiritual practice, Swamiji achieved enlightenment. As guided by his gurus or Gurutattva, he returned to society and founded Himalayan Samarpan meditation to teach this practice to the masses. For the last 25 years, Swamiji has been focused on guiding common people towards spiritual enlightenment. Now, let us talk about how to practice this meditation. This is the most important part of today's workshop because this path is based on spiritual experiences, and you are now about to experience this for yourself. Before we meditate, though, we will cover a couple of things that will help you ease into meditation. The first thing to know is the mantra which we will meditate. It is very simple chant that helps us realize who we truly are. We are born with the physical body, soul, and Kundalini energy, which we will talk about later. As Rahul said, day in and day out, we are conscious about our body and mind. We don't pay attention to the existence of the soul. However, when one passes away, we do say, may his or her soul rest in peace. Unfortunately, it is too late then. So, this mantra is to help empower everyone with a true realization of who we truly are. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. Now, you may be wondering, why is it important to realize this? Imagine we have a garden and we are putting a lot of water and fertilizer in it, but no plant grows for many years. Then we get disappointed and wonder, why did the plant not grow? Well, we missed the first step, which was to plant a seed. If we do that, that seed will germinate to eventually grow into a tree. It is the same process with this mantra. When we chant the mantra with a true feeling and deep belief, it helps plant that seed of soul consciousness. And once we realize who we are, our inward journey truly begins. And then we connect deeply with the 5 dimensions that Shilpa talked about earlier. The second key aspect is the spirit of Samarpan or letting go. People often ask, what should they do during meditation? And the answer is, really, nothing. Our role is to just be. As you see in the picture, the young one of a monkey must make efforts to cling on to the mother monkey. Otherwise, it will fall. On the other hand, the young one of a cat does nothing. The mother cat carries the kitten from one place to another. This is exactly the spirit with which one should meditate on this path. We meditate with no expectation or no effort from our side. This is because when we surrender or let go, the process of meditation automatically begins. So, if you're really looking for a tip or a trick today, just be like the kitten. The next 18 minutes is the heart and soul of today's workshop. We will play a video in which Swamiji will explain a few things and then lead us into meditation. Swamiji speaks in Hindi, but it is followed by English narration. I will play the video now. Please be in the moment and just experience what you feel.
तो आप लोग अपने शरीर को एक मोबाइल समझो।
And so, take your body to be a mobile phone.
जिस प्रकार से हम मोबाइल को चार्ज करते हैं ना, ठीक उसी प्रकार से केवल 30 मिनट अपने आप को दो।
So just as we charge our mobile phones, you to give yourself 30 minutes every day.
और 30 मिनट में अपने शरीर को चार्ज करो।
And in those 30 minutes, recharge yourself.
दूसरा, ऐसा नहीं कि मैं हिमालय से उतरा, मेरा ऑरा खूब अच्छा है, मैंने संसार में आने के बाद में, फैमिली में रहने के बाद में, सब लोगों लाखों लोगों को मिलने के बाद में फिर ऑरा का प्रगति हुआ है।
It's not that I had this aura in the Himalayas. I have come into society, I have a family and I live in society and my aura has developed over time.
मैं रोज केवल 30 मिनट ध्यान करता हूँ, बस, बाकी कुछ नहीं।
I just meditate for 30 minutes every day. I do nothing else.
और एकदम मंत्र सिंपल है, सादा मंत्र है, मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूँ, मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ।
And the chant is very, very simple. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul.
जब मैं बचपन में था ना, तो बचपन में ये मंत्र मेरे भीतर चलता था।
When I was a young child, this chant used to play in my head
उसी को मैंने मंत्र
constantly.
बना दिया।
And I made that a chant.
लेकिन उसके पीछे मेरी 60 साल की साधना है।
But this chant is backed by my spiritual practice of the last 60
और उसके
years.
साथ लाखों लोगों की सामूहिक शक्ति, कनेक्टिविटी है।
And it is also backed by the collectivity of hundreds of thousands of people around the world.
जैसे आप ये मंत्र के माध्यम से ध्यान करेंगे, आपको भी उनकी सामूहिकता का लाभ मिलेगा।
And just as you will meditate with this chant, you too will benefit from that collectivity.
कुछ नहीं, आज मैं आपको ध्यान करना सिखाऊंगा।
Today I wish to teach you how to meditate.
और इसी पद्धति से आप केवल 45 दिन आधा घंटा ध्यान करके देखिए।
And you practice this for 45 days.
आपको अगर अच्छा लगा तो आप आगे कंटिन्यू रखिए, अच्छा नहीं लगा तो छोड़ दीजिए।
If at the end of 45 days you like it, continue. If you do not like it, then you can stop doing it.
केवल एक बात कहने की, इसमें अपेक्षा के साथ इस मार्ग में मत आओ।
I just wish to say one thing. Do not come onto this path with any expectations.
इस मार्ग में मैं कोई अपेक्षा के साथ नहीं आया।
I have not come onto this path with any expectations.
और आज जीवन के उस मुकाम पे पहुंचा हूं कि जहां पाने के लिए जीवन में कुछ भी बाकी नहीं रहा।
And I have reached those heights in my life that there is nothing else left to attain.
कुछ नहीं, अब हम ध्यान करेंगे।
Now we will meditate.
देखिए, जैसे मैं बैठा हूं ना, ऐसा बैठने का है।
Now sit like I am sitting.
आप अगर ऐसे नहीं बैठ सकते हो तो आप आपके नंगे पैर जमीन को स्पर्श करो।
If you are not able to sit like that, then place your feet touching the floor. So take your shoes off, if you can.
जमीन के अंदर एक गुरुत्वाकर्षण शक्ति रहती है। वो शक्ति हमारे बीमारियों को, हमारे टेंशन को, हमारे तनाव को शोषित कर हमको शुद्ध व पवित्र बनाती है।
So there is a gravitational force in the earth, and through that gravitational force, it pulls out all the negativity and illnesses from our body and makes us healthy.
और कुछ नहीं, हमारे मनुष्य का स्वभाव है, हम जहाँ पे हाथ लगाते हैं ना, हमारा चित्त वहाँ चला जाता है।
It is our human nature that wherever we place our hands, our attention goes to that place.
आप आपका राइट हैंड अपने तालू भाग पे रखिए।
So take your right hand and place it on the crown of your head.
और यहाँ पे तालू भाग पे हाथ रखा है, आपका चित्त भी आपको वहीं पे स्थिर करने का है।
And now just stabilize your attention at that place,
एकदम थोड़ा सा हल्का सा दबाव दीजिए।
at the crown of your head.
और दबाव
Place,
देके 3 बार क्लॉकवाइज घुमाइए।
press very, very gently and rotate clockwise direction 3 times.
और उसके बाद में एकदम धीरे धीरे आंखें बंद करके चित्त को स्थिर करके हाथों को नीचे ले आइए।
Now very, very slowly close your eyes, stabilize your attention at the crown of your head. Bring your hand very slowly down. Place it on your thighs.
और पूर्ण भाव के साथ बोलिए,
Now say with full feeling,
मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूँ।
I am a holy soul.
मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ।
I am a pure soul.
मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूँ।
I am a holy soul.
मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ।
I am a pure soul.
मैं एक पवित्र आत्मा हूँ।
I am a holy soul.
मैं एक शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ।
I am a pure soul.
अपने चित्त को तालु भाग पे स्थिर करके ध्यान करें।
Stabilize your attention at the crown of your head and meditate.
और पूर्ण भाव से प्रार्थना कीजिए, हे परमात्मा,
Now say this prayer with full feelings. O Lord,
कृपया मुझे आत्म साक्षात्कार प्रदान करें।
Please grant me self-realization.
कृपया मुझे आत्म साक्षात्कार प्रदान कीजिए।
Please grant me self-realization.
कृपया मुझे आत्म साक्षात्कार प्रदान कीजिए।
Please grant me self-realization.
तो आपके शरीर में क्या संवेदनाएं होती है उधर चित्त रहे।
Now observe what you're feeling in your body.
अब धीरे धीरे अपने दोनों हाथ अपने आंखों के सामने लाइए और आप आंखों से अपने हाथों को देखिए, आपको महसूस होगा आपके हाथों में से ठंडे ठंडे वाइब्रेशन निकलना प्रारंभ हो गए।
Now you may bring your hands up in front of your face slowly, and you will experience some vibrations in your hands. You may be feeling some cool vibrations.
देखिए, हम ना विचार दो प्रकार के करते हैं, या तो भूतकाल के विचार करते हैं या भविष्यकाल के विचार करते हैं। आपके दोनों विचार बंद हो गए थे और आपको एक आत्म शांति का अनुभव हुआ था।
Look, we have two types of thoughts. We either think of the past or we think of the future. In this moment, all your thoughts had stopped.
आज ना समय अभाव के अंदर हमने कम टाइम किया, लेकिन ये रोज आपको 30 मिनट करने का है।
Because of time constraints, we have done this in a very short time, but practice this for 30 minutes every day.
देखिए, आप करने के लिए जब बैठोगे ना, पहले आपका शरीर विरोध करेगा।
When you start doing this, first your body will resist.
आपको खांसी आएगी, उबासी आएगी, गैसेस पास होंगे।
You will pass gases, you will feel like coughing,
आपको खुजली छूटेगी।
you will feel itchy.
ये सब शरीर का विरोध है।
This is the resistance of the body.
कितना भी विरोध हुआ तो भी आपको 30 मिनट बैठने का ही है।
It doesn't matter how much the body resists, just sit for 30 minutes.
फिर आपके मन में दुनिया भर के विचार आएंगे।
And then you will start to get thoughts from all around the world.
वो विचारों को भी रोकने का कोशिश नहीं करने का।
Do not attempt to stop those thoughts.
केवल विचारों पे चित्त रखो, धीरे धीरे विचार कम हो जाएंगे।
Just observe those thoughts and gradually those thoughts will reduce and
उसके बाद में
stop.
आपकी बुद्धि जागृत होगी।
And then your intellect will awaken.
और बुद्धि आपको बताएगी ध्यान तेरे बस का नहीं है, कहाँ आधा घंटा खराब कर रहा है, कितने महत्वपूर्ण काम बाकी है।
And your intellect will start telling you, this meditation is not for you. There is so much work to do. What are you doing here?
ऐसा बुद्धि ने कितना भी कहा ना, तो भी आधा घंटा उठने का नहीं।
It doesn't matter what the intellect tries to tell you. Do not get up. Sit for 30 minutes.
मैंने मेरे जीवन का 30 मिनट गुरु दक्षिणा में मेरे गुरु को दान कर दिया।
I have donated 30 minutes every day of my life to my guru.
आपके जीवन के 30 मिनट दान कर दीजिए।
So just donate 30 minutes to me.
आप सोचो आपका क्या जाएगा, अगर आपने 45 दिन तक 30 मिनट दान किए तो आपके 22.5 घंटे जाएंगे।
So what will you lose? If you donate 30 minutes every day for 45 days, you will lose 22 and a half hours.
लेकिन 22.5 घंटे के बाद में आपकी दुनिया बदल जाएगी।
But after those 22 and a half hours, your whole life will change.
आपका जीवन सकारात्मक हो जाएगा।
Your life will become positive.
आपको निर्विचारता अनुभव होगी।
And you will experience thoughtlessness.
और आपके जीवन में सकारात्मक बदलाव आएगा।
And there will be a positive transformation in your life.
अगर बदलाव आया तो आप उसको कंटिन्यू रखिए, नहीं आया तो छोड़ दीजिए।
So if you experience this positive transformation, you can continue. If you do not, you can stop.
All right. If anyone would like to share how they felt during meditation, please type it in the chat. Here are some of the experiences that people have shared in the past. It is interesting to observe that some of these experiences are quite the opposites. Example, experiencing calmness versus a gush of thoughts. What is important to understand is that there is no right or wrong, no good or bad. We don't need to judge our meditative experiences. All these experiences reflect the movement of energy, the second dimension that Shilpa talked about. To understand this better, we are going to touch upon the concept of Kundalini energy. Kundalini, or the life force energy, is the element of the universal energy we are all born with. But it goes into a dormant state very quickly after our birth, residing at the base of our spine. In today's technological world, think of Kundalini energy as a software that was downloaded at the time of your birth. Now, something very important happened during today's meditation. It was the installation or the upgrade of that software. In other words, that dormant life force energy at the base of our spine got awakened and slowly started rising upwards. Now, you may be wondering why we kept our attention on the crown while meditating. There are 7 energy centers along the spine of our body called the chakras. The topmost chakra is the crown chakra, and it is the gateway to universal consciousness. You may have heard about practices that help focus between the eyebrows, which helps one to reach the 6th chakra called the brow chakra. By keeping our attention on the crown, we guided our Kundalini all the way up to the 7th chakra and allowed it to receive the universal energy. You may have come across terms like self-realization, enlightenment, awakening. What they mean is that the dormant life force energy got awakened and merged with the universal energy. So, the unique aspect of Himalayan Samarpan meditation is that it takes one to the pinnacle of the spiritual journey. The topic of chakras is very vast because each chakra relates to our physical, social, and emotional health and harmony. What I will share for now is that different experiences we all feel during meditation are a part of the awakening process. When our chakras start getting energized, the cleansing process begins. As an example, coughing a lot during meditation is a sign of the throat chakra being cleared. Experiencing calmness is a sign that the chakras are already aligned and one is tuning into the universal consciousness. Please note that none of these meditative experiences are to be compared at a personal level, and one should not judge and get scared of any experience. As an example, a headache during meditation should not make us feel that our state is not good and we are not worthy of this journey. It is just like cleaning a drain. When we start cleaning, the dirt is bound to come out. So, people can go through different types of cleansing experiences depending on their spiritual state. But regular meditation starts strengthening our chakras, which then helps us live in harmony in our day-to-day life. And the impact of this energizing process within us is truly inside out because it also gradually influences the area around us, which can be better understood with the concept of aura. In simple terms, aura is how one feels around a person or at a place like a garden or even a shopping mall. For example, sometimes we feel happy in a place or around someone even if we don't know them well, or sometimes we feel restless at a place. So, this feeling is due to the energy that everyone and every place possesses, also called the aura. Scientifically, aura is the biomagnetic field around a place or a person that is reflective of their energetic state. Today, technology has made it possible to capture and study aura with a technique called Kirlian photography. It measures the strength of the energy centers and the energy field. One important thing to note is that aura is not static. It is directly related to our thoughts and our overall state, and it can change often. The picture on the screen is symbolic, showing that aura can be of different colors and can expand like a balloon as one starts progressing spiritually. It is like in the case of a battery. As the battery charges, the magnetic field starts forming around the core of the battery. Similarly, as our chakra system starts strengthening, the aura keeps expanding. So it is truly an inside-out impact. Our inward journey leads to creating a protective bubble of energy around us. Just like a turtle has a protective shield around itself, this shield of energy called aura protects us from any negative energetic influences in life. This process is slow and it doesn't happen overnight. Hence, it is important to develop disciplined meditation practice. Here are a few pictures of Swamiji's aura measured through the years from 2001 onwards. You will notice how the color of Swamiji's aura has changed from golden, yellow, orange to purple. The 2016 aura picture was taken in a lab in London. Swamiji was giving a discourse and the practitioners asked him for his latest aura photograph. So he was taken to a lab in a very busy part of London where he meditated as his aura picture was taken. The experts at the lab were amazed and asked Swamiji how he was even alive because the aura shows a state when somebody has no body consciousness at all. Swamiji's response was that this was his meditative state. He firmly believes that every person with disciplined practice can develop a similar aura and live in harmony. Swamiji always says that he was sent to the society by the Himalayan Yogis to inspire people that if he as a family man can reach this spiritual state, then this is possible for every person. And we have a lot of practitioners worldwide who have experienced development of their aura and these inside-out experiences after regular meditation. We will now listen to an experience sharing of my soul brother, Colin Harris.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Colin. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And today I'd like to quickly talk about how Swamiji, Samarpan, and meditation have changed my life for the better. But my story is a little interesting because I was just handed a CD with Swamiji's meditation on it. I didn't even know what he was saying. And I sat down and I listened to it and I was like, cool, like this is what I've been searching for. And I have been searching. I grew up Catholic and I've just always been searching. And when I found Samarpan, it's like I felt like I was at home. When I started meditating, you know, I was smoking, I was going out partying, and just by the simple act of me sitting down and meditating, all of a sudden I watched my life change. And when I tell you my life changed, you know, it's real easy for, you know, you listen to Swamiji and he'll be saying like, all you need to do is meditate. And you're like, what? Like, no way. It's true. All of a sudden, my desire to go party or to hang out with certain friend groups, it just went away. And people took notice. And all I did was sit down every day and meditate. And I could talk for hours to you guys about how my life changed and all the stories and all the different experiences. But it feels really important for you to know it is really as simple as sitting down and meditating. And then through that, I started to go to events and I started to get involved with the community. And what's interesting is when you get in touch with a bunch of people on the soul level, it can be so random, and I'll just be having a bad day and all of a sudden somebody from the community reaches out and talks to me, you know. And that's a part of Samarpan that I didn't think I would love, or I didn't think was necessary. But I'm going to tell you, the community of a bunch of people that are living their soul-filled life, not saying that everybody doesn't have problems, but it really helped me to become the man I am today. I have been meditating now for 8 years, and my life, like I can't imagine where I'd be without meditation and Samarpan. It truly did change my life. And the crazy part is, it is truly as easy as they say. You just sit down and meditate and things just happen naturally. You know, all the big changes in my life over the last 8 years, it just happened. I wish I could tell you that there's some magic sauce, but there's not. It's just sit down, meditate. I'm a holy soul. I'm a pure soul. And I hope that you can feel the words that I say when I talk about this. And I would challenge you, you know, if you're listening to this event, give it the 45 days. Meditate 45 days. And if you don't feel a difference or you don't see a change in your life, that's okay. Maybe it's not for you. But something tells me that after 45 days, you will be happier. You know, you will have a change of perspective. Certain friends might fall away. New friends might come. I would highly, highly encourage you just to try.
Hope this is inspiring to get one started. Today we learned how to meditate. So what can we do next? Well, when a new path comes in front of us, we are curious to explore. And that curiosity has brought you here today. And as we explore, different questions may come to our mind. Does this meditation truly help me? Is this right for me? Will I be able to do it? Do I have to change my beliefs or my life? How can I trust or have faith? All these questions are natural. Many of us look at science to understand something. We are natural, rational, logical beings. That can become sometimes a roadblock to trust something or have faith in something that we have not tried. And the way to do so was by experimenting. Science itself is based on experimentation. Many discoveries have come about that way. So you don't need to really blindly trust anyone. Your own experiments, your own discovery is important for your conclusions. As we said before, you don't have to change or give up anything. All you do is add 30 minutes of meditation every day. So keep an open mind and try it for 45 days. As we start, initially, we are bound to face some hurdles. Finding time in our busy schedule, sitting for 30 minutes, facing the thoughts that come to mind, sorting out the questions, all these can happen as hurdles. But if we persevere, you will have your own experiences, own positive things to share and learn from. These will bring answers and validation you seek going forward. It will become easier for you to incorporate meditation in your daily life when you have your own experiences that will bring that strength and intention to go ahead and continue it on an everyday basis. And once it becomes a regular practice, then you can enjoy the benefits that we've been talking about, leading an enriched life with more peace and harmony. Now, we have done many workshops like these one. People told us that 1 hour workshop is not enough. They said, help us get started. After the workshop, help us overcome our hurdles. That is why we created an immersion program to handhold and support new people, because we have all been through this similar journey and similar hurdles. So we started the immersion program, and what is it? It is to support new meditators for 45 days, and it is designed to help ease into the routine of meditation. There are 4 main parts of immersion program. The first is we create a WhatsApp group. This group is specially dedicated to immersion participants, and here we share 1 or 2 posts daily, which include a Q&A and meditation reminder. There are no forwards or no promotions in this group. Basically, this provides a platform and a safe place for discussion and for exploration. Second, we meet over Zoom on a weekend where we meditate together, share some valuable resources, and talk about experiences and address any questions that people may have. Our first meeting will be happening next Sunday. Third, we provide a buddy contact so we can reach out to someone one-on-one if you have a personal question, or maybe someone who is local in your location, so you may be able to meditate together. And fourth, last but not least, we will be sharing discourses and topics such as auras, chakras, and other important topics. You can listen to them at any time at your own pace. People have really appreciated this program and found it very helpful. We would like to share experiences of past participants through these 2 videos that are next.
Hi, my name is Tammy, and my journey with Himalayan Samarpan meditation started about 5 months ago when I was invited to an ongoing immersion program. I am a classic type A personality, so many times I can be quite intense, wound up pretty tight, and as with most of us, we have these various stressors in our lives where it's hard to let go of negative thoughts and feelings that accumulate during the day. And that not only affects your mind, but also your body. So I decided to give the immersion program a try, and I'm so glad that I did, because back then I had no idea that something so simple would have such a profound impact on my life. In the beginning of the immersion program, I continued the daily meditations for the simple fact that it just made me feel good. I had this real sense of inner joy. And as the weeks progressed, I had this shift within me, an awakening, where I felt this deep sense of contentment with my life. A void that was there before was being filled. I also was a lot more calm, felt more peace, felt less stressed, less reactive to people and situations. The people that used to really bother me in the past, they just didn't affect me as much. Stressful situations just felt diluted, and life just seemed a little bit easier. I was also less hard on myself. Many times we can be our worst and hardest critics. And these just weren't changes that I noticed within me, but were also observed by those around me. What I've learned from consistent meditation with an open mind, what I've learned from the immersion program, all the amazing and selfless volunteers, from all the available resources, from the teachings of Swamiji, as well as my time and experiences during the recent International Meditation Retreat in Singapore, is that when you go inward, you live life in the moment. When you connect to guru energy, to source energy, and you think not from ego, but with positivity, not with judgment, not only for others, but also for yourself. And when you don't make decisions that are fear-based, you really connect to your true authentic self, and that brings such feelings of contentment. I really could talk about the positive effects that Samarkand meditation has had in my life, both personally and professionally, but I'll close in saying to please just give the immersion program a try. What Swamiji is giving all of us, free, for life, without any obligations, is such a gift. Happy meditating and enjoy the rest of the session.
My name is Rosa, but everybody calls me Kiki. Just like the speakers before me, I was always seeking for something else. Since early age, I always had like a very curious mind. Like I had these thoughts in my head: why are we here? What is life? What is time? How big is the universe? What is karma? How does karma works? And what is reincarnation? And I met this amazing lady called Pallavi, and she posted something about Samarkand meditation that really caught my eye. And she invited me to be part of this immersion program, exactly the same program what we are doing right now. It happened back in March. It's been only for 2 months for me, but what I can tell you, this group and the meditation itself, it gave me so much. It's really hard to find the right word, how I feel. It's something like beautiful. I just feel more grounded. My head is more clean and clear. And the group is extremely, extremely supportive. I never met anybody in person, but I still feel that Shilpa became my friend. And when I think of Vishan, I just feel that he is my brother. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put anybody on the spot, but that's how I really feel about this group. Everybody is like loving and caring, and it's just so nice to be part of something then bigger than yourself. And as the speakers like told you guys before, that you can like practice like, meditation by yourself at home, but it's just like somehow it's much more powerful when you do it in the group. You can go deeper, and it's just, the feeling is just like much like everything is like more like emphasized. So usually I meditate in the morning. I'm a morning person and I like to do my meditation in the morning, but most of the nights I was like trying to like catch the group meditation at 9 p.m. Also, what I really liked about the 45 days program, or like 60-day program, what we just did, the Thursday teaching with Swamiji. Honestly, hands down, the highlight of my week every single time. The minute Swamiji started to speak, it was like pre-recorded, so it wasn't live, but the minute he started to speak, I was just like in peace immediately. And I felt this like beautiful, like warmth and fuzzy feeling around my heart chakra. I think like us humans, when it comes to like deep feelings, we always like feel it around our heart. And that feeling was just like undescribable. And I know that we don't necessarily have to like listen to his words, but I was keep like reading the subtitles because he speaks Hindu, and my Hindu is still not good, or like non-existing, let's face it. But I just have to like read the transcript because every single sentence was so deep. It was so deep and so powerful that even the next day I was like thinking about what he was saying. It was just like fantastic. And honestly, I already missing it because we finished that 8 days sessions, and I'm already missing it. It was that amazing. And honestly, I wish nothing else for you guys to just experience the same thing what I have. It was just truly beautiful. And I cannot thank you enough for this group for having me.
For all the reasons you heard, Himalayan Samarpan meditation is gaining popularity all over the world. This soul mantra is translated in many languages as people from different religions and nationality meditate on it. It is so simple and straightforward that there are truly no barriers. Hence, there is a global community of practitioners. In fact, it is being recognized by several world organizations like Theosophical Society of London, Red Cross Society, and more. Today, we have learned how to practice it. Now, we can continue our journey of exploration and experimentation by joining immersion. The link for the immersion program is here on your screen and also posted in the chat. Just click on it. It is a very short form. If you have any questions, feel free to ask or contact the information provided. We really hope you can take this opportunity to explore and experiment the Himalayan meditation and see how it can enrich your life. And now we shall open up for any Q&As you have. Let us get started on those.
Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the workshop. So now we can get started with our Q&A session. And meanwhile, our team is gathering all the question answers that you have from YouTube or the Zoom. I would like to go with one of the most frequently asked question. So the question is, can you please review the meditation instruction? So I would like to go over the meditation instruction for now, and you can join me as well if you would like. So we'll start the Himalayan meditation with sitting comfortably with our back straight. And it is preferably on the floor where you touch the ground. But if it is not possible for any reason, then you can sit on the chair or couch and just place your bare feet on the ground. After that, we can place our right hand on the ground like this and gently press it on top of the head. Then rotate our hand clockwise by pressing it, rotate it 3 times. Keep our attention on the top of our head, on the crown chakra. And while keeping the attention, slowly bring down hand on your lap and feel that we are a pure soul, we are a holy soul, we are nothing else, we just a soul. And we will start the meditation by chanting soul. I am a holy soul, I am a pure soul for 3 times. And then without any expectation, we will meditate for next 30 minutes with music or without music as per your preference. So that's how you get started with the Himalayan meditation. Now, let's see what questions we have. So first question is from Sheetal, and the question is that for what age group this program is? Is there any difference program for 10 plus year? So typically this immersion program is for age group like probably above 16, but yes, for the kids, for example, from age from 10 to 14 or 15 or up to 16, we have a child development class, or we call it a Bal Vikas class. So in that class, we also introduce all the kids to the different activities, for example, to sing the bhajan, to teach them how to meditate, and get them started with the regular meditation as well. And where there are various kids activity, for example, games, puzzles, and everything. And so for example, in the Americas, the Bal Vikas class or the kids development class are organized every Sunday. So if you want to know more about the kid development class or to enroll your kid or child, then please feel free to let us know any of the co-hosts, and we will get you there. And you can also email us at the connect@samarpanmeditationusa.org, and we can connect you. The second question is from Aparna. Is the Samarpan immersion program needs to pay registration charges? No, Aparna ji. So this immersion program is free for 45 days. You don't need to pay any charges, but you need to register on the form that is on the link. That the link is on the chat, so you can register by then, and we will add you to the WhatsApp group in the next day or two. So there is no charges for that. Yeah, can you share the QR code for registration? Yes, I can bring up the QR code on the screen. Yeah, here it is. So if you are on the center, like using attending from in person, then you can scan this using your phone, and you will get to the immersion program form. Question from New York. What is the significance of pressing crown chakra and rotating 3 times before we start? So for this, I would like to invite Vishal or Yash.
Yeah, I can take this.
question. So the significance of pressing on the crown chakra is simply to help us put our attention on the crown. So like Swamiji said, it is human tendency, it is our nature that our attention gets drawn towards any part of our body that we touch. So you can try this, you can experiment this, right? If you're going to put your hands on other part of your body, let's just say like my hand, your attention is slowly going to be on that side. Because this is a meditation practice where we are going all the way to the pinnacle. The crown, as we mentioned, the seventh chakra is the gateway of universe. So what we are doing is that we are trying to guide that dormant energy or that Kundalini energy to its final destination. And therefore, we are just using the hand as a tool to help us keep our attention on the crown. With regular practice, you may or may not even feel the need to do this. So what we do is we use our hand as a tool to just help us ease into meditation. So when we place our hand here, and when we gently press, all we are doing is we are becoming aware of that seventh chakra or the crown chakra. With that awareness and by that act of pressing, our attention more easily goes to that part where we are supposed to keep our attention, which will help us in our meditation. If you can try this on your own, if you don't this and if you are still able to keep your attention there, that's totally fine. Hope that answers the question. Rotating 3 times, it's the same thing. You can rotate 5 times, 7 times. There is no such rationale. Typically, what we have done is, like you will see, our mantra was also chanted 3 times. So the little bit of rationale of that number 3 is there is 3 meridians in our body: lunar, solar, and central. And or in a simpler term, we say that energies of the past, energies of the future, and energies of the present time. That's why we chant the mantra also 3 times. So it is, the 3 is like the pendulum, left, right, center. So that's why typically what we do is every time we do anything on this path, we do it 3 times. So 3 is just a number. You could do it 5 times, 7 times, nothing is going to go against you. Or if you do it 2 times and if your attention is on there, that's also fine. We just come to a way that can be commonly accepted by everyone.
Thank you, Vishal. Going to next question from Sonali. Is there a way to we get a copy of this recorded session? Yes. So we posted the chat, the link of YouTube live on the Zoom chat, so you can access with that link.
Just like to add something. If you have registered, you will get this link via email. Yash has put the link even in chat. And if you really like this session, our immersion begins more formally next Sunday. So we still encourage you all to share this with your friends. Even a simple note like, hey, I spent an hour watching this, it may be worth your time. That may be very helpful as you are asking for this link for re-recording. So just a friendly request that if you are here and if you really thought this was helpful to you, please share it. In the past, we have learned that many of the participants share it, and then we have new participants in immersion even after like first 15-20 days. So just wanted to stress upon that. And then I said this in my introduction, but I have 2 little kids. So the question whoever asked about the kids development or Bal Vikas, I can give you first-hand testimonial of my 7-year-old and my soon-to-be 4-year-old. The 4-year-old doesn't join every Sunday, but he joins once a month. But they are very fond of this class. The teachers are really very friendly. They are on this path, so they emphasize the importance of meditation through stories, the arts and craft. Everything is related to that spiritual part. So just wanted to share that it will definitely be worth your time as a parent, since both my older one at least goes very regularly.
There is one question that is the kids program online or in person? So for now, it is online on Zoom. It will be a 1-hour session.
when we do our retreats and things of that nature, we do have a very special focus on the kids. So we have our parent volunteers and our teachers who are very young students who for our 3-day retreat program we recently had a very focused program for in-person in the kids. But yeah, the program is every Sunday online.
There is one more question from YouTube chat saying that during the meditation phase, how do you meditate? Can you explain for someone who never meditated? So I just explained how to get started with the meditation, like the general instructions or the guidelines. But Vishal, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, just a few pointers. I think the hardest part to accept for us who in today's fast-paced life are just used to doing something every now and then. We are doing something. If nothing, we are just thinking, sitting and thinking. So meditating, first of all, is doing nothing. So the first part we explained, that Utsav explained, was some tools and tricks, right? Like how do you take your attention on the ground? But if you heard Swamiji say, 2 or 3 things are very important. One is there should be no expectation. It should be so genuine that even the expectation that I should be able to meditate, that expectation should also be not there. What happens is that when we put such expectations, we are not letting our soul develop. It takes us to the physical level. Because whenever you say, I meditated or I'm trying to meditate, the I comes from that physical consciousness. This path is more about the soul consciousness. So once we are done with using the tool of taking your attention on the ground, chanting the mantra, the essential thing here is the feeling, the depth of belief you develop over a period of time while chanting that mantra. Once you truly start believing and feeling that I am a pure soul, I am a holy soul, that meditation will start happening. I know it sounds very weird that how can something just start happening, but the act of doing nothing is meditation. So typically that's the hardest bridge, the longest bridge to travel across. But based on experiences of hundreds of thousands of people, we can tell you that just hang in there, be like that kitten that we talked about, and that will happen. That will slowly definitely start taking place.
There is another question on YouTube. Vishal, so who is Swamiji's guru?
Sorry, what was the question?
The question was, who is Swamiji's guru?
So Swamiji has been to the Himalayas, and he has spent time with several of his gurus. We have some literature on this. We talk about these things more in our immersion program. So far, Swamiji has written 6 books, which is an autobiography of his. In his own words, he explains the journey in the Himalayas, the spiritual journey, how he met not just one guru, but several gurus. And that's why Swamiji, that's why we emphasize today that Swamiji was chosen as a medium. As you will notice, we have a very diverse background of people who are practicing this path. And so many people in the past have shared their experiences that we could see this guru in Swamiji, we could see Guru Nanak in Swamiji, we could see Swami Vivekananda in Swamiji. When Swamiji went to UK, Wales, somebody over there said, Swamiji, we could experience a saint energy in you. So why does this happen? And what Swamiji said is the element of guru. You will see how we have said Gurutattva. Even in the background, we have Gurutattva. What it means is the form of guru or the physical body of guru keeps changing, but the inner form, that energy, doesn't change. So Swamiji has had several such gurus in the Himalayas that you can learn about as you join us in the immersion program, and where we share more literature. The books are available on Amazon Kindle if you really want to read about a lot of his gurus. But yeah, Swamiji has not mentioned about one particular guru. He does mention about one guru who inspired his journey, who helped him enlightenment. The first guru he met in the Himalayas. His name is Dada Guru, and we can talk about that more in the immersion program.
There is a question from Shree that can you share the autobiography of Sanjay's book, the name of the book? So yes, as shared in the chat, the name of the book is Samarpan Yoga of Himalayas, and the Hindi name of the same book is Himalaya Samarpan Yoga.
These are really great questions, and this is exactly why we would encourage all of you to give immersion program a try. It's a very selfless and genuine program that our volunteers have put together. It's one of my favorite. It's more like a hobby now. It's something that gives just such inner joy to a lot of us. As we say, prasad should be distributed. Good things that you come across in life, you distribute that, because then it multiplies. That's the type of joy we all experience. So a lot of questions that you have asked have a lot of depth in it. It just highlights so much curiosity that each one of you have. So with that, I would really highly encourage you to take that first step of signing up for that immersion program, because that first step and the direction of that first step is extremely important. Sometimes we take such inner guidance very lightly. We just let it go as if like, oh yeah, something happened, but I don't know if I should have done it or not. But I'm saying this on behalf of a lot of those. You heard Tammy, you heard Kiki, we had so many others. Fortunately, we had to choose from whose video can we play in limited time. With that, I really encourage you all to just join this program, discover this for yourself. And to be very honest, we learn together. There is nothing called as a new person and somebody joining for the first time. I have learned so much from our participants, their questions and all of that. So I think there's one more question about what's the difference between Swamiji's 8 days Shibir, 45 days meditation, and immersion program. I can take this. So the 45 days meditation and immersion program, they are one and the same. 45 days after a workshop like today, or after a Shibir that you do, we typically, like Swamiji said, give it 45 days. Again, in the past, somebody asked, why is it only 45 days? Why not 65 days? There is no such rationale. 45 days is just a good period. There is some science of like how our cells take time to react to anything new. So you will never see a weight loss program of one day. You will see it typically for a few weeks. That's very similar to that 45 days. So immersion program is just a name that we have given to that program, which is very specific. Swamiji's 8-day Shibirs, they are an excellent way of learning everything about how Swamiji truly wants to explain about Himalayan Samarpan meditation. Unfortunately, today we live in a time where finding even 1 hour becomes a challenge. Swamiji's 8-day Shibirs, each day is around 2 hours. So it's kind of 16 hours of commitment, 8 days continuously. Because of time limits that we all are in today, what we try to do is we do this 45 days program, and then each week we send you day 1, day 2, day 3. For like 8 weeks, we send you this so that you can listen to it at your own leisure. But if in the past we had one participant who asked for all 8 days because she was just like, no, I want to do this the way Swamiji wants me to do it. So we share that very happily. So the difference is more like Swamiji's 8-day Shibir is like a booster. Think of it like a booster vaccine that you just got. You got a lot of energy. The 45 days is how do you then regulate that, and how are you able to control that energy and make it a hobby, make it a habit? Because without regular practice, a 1-day energy boost or a 8-day energy boost, it's not going to grow. So think of it like Swamiji sowing that seed, And then our 45 days program is trying to water it, trying to nurture it. And then it becomes more like that connection becomes so strong that you don't even think about 45 days. It just becomes a part of a way of life. I hope that was answering your question, but if not, let us know.
And there is one more chat on YouTube from Garima, who is the one of the past immersion participants. She shared that I started this journey a few months ago, and it is simply amazing. Immersion program is great. I could not imagine sitting and doing meditation, but with Samarpan, I can do this. So thank you, Garima, for sharing that. If no questions, we can conclude this workshop. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions on the Himalayan meditation or the